What does it mean to be truly happy? Let's delve into this concept by exploring the first verse of Psalm 1. This verse paints a vivid picture of the path to true happiness. It begins by describing a man who does not walk in step with the wicked, stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers. This man, according to the verse, is happy. But what does this entail? Well, it suggests that true happiness is not just about what we do, but also about what we choose not to do. It's not merely about our actions, but also our inactions. It's not just about the company we keep, but also the company we consciously avoid. In short, our decisions on who to associate with and what to engage in have a profound impact on our happiness. But there's more. The verse also highlights the importance of honoring the Lord. It suggests that true happiness is not found in the fleeting pleasures of sin, but in the enduring joy of honoring the Lord. It's not about seeking validation from others, but about seeking approval from the Lord. It's not about conforming to societal norms, but about adhering to the Lord's commandments. So, how does this verse apply to us? Well, it serves as a gentle reminder that happiness is not just a feeling but a choice. It's not just about seeking pleasure but about pursuing purpose. It's not about living for the moment but about living for the Lord. And most importantly, it's not about finding happiness in the world but about finding happiness in the Word. In essence, true happiness is a direct product of the decisions we make and the company we choose to keep. It's about choosing righteousness over wickedness, wisdom over folly, and the Lord over the world. It's about living a life that not only honors the Lord, but also brings us true and lasting happiness. How can one find delight in the law of the Lord? It may seem like an abstract concept, but it's profoundly simple. The law of the Lord is not a burdensome list of do's and don'ts. Rather, it's a blueprint for a life of purpose, peace, and prosperity. It's a wellspring of wisdom, a roadmap to the good life. Imagine the law as a vibrant tapestry, woven with threads of truth, justice, mercy, and love. When we study the law, when we meditate on it day and night, we begin to see the patterns, the intricate designs that make up the fabric of a godly life. We see the heart of the Creator, His desires for us, His plans for our good, and His provisions for our needs. The law of the Lord is not a dry, dusty book of rules. It's a living, breathing document filled with life-giving principles. It's a treasure chest of divine wisdom, a guide to navigating the complexities of life. It's a love letter from the Creator to His creation, a testament to His enduring love for us. The delight in the law is not about religious duty or legalistic obedience. It's about discovering the beauty of God's wisdom, the joy of His promises, and the peace of His presence. It's about aligning our lives with His purposes, walking in His ways and experiencing His blessings. The law of the Lord, when embraced with joy, acts as a compass guiding us towards a life of fulfillment and happiness. What does it mean to be like a tree planted by the rivers of water? This vivid imagery from the third verse of the psalm is an analogy that illuminates the life of a person who delights in the Lord's law. A tree planted by the riverside is nourished, stable, and flourishing, drawing its sustenance and strength from the life-giving waters. Similarly, a person who meditates on the Lord's law day and night, drawing wisdom and guidance, is like this tree. Consider the tree's fruit-bearing nature. It produces its fruit at the right time, not hurriedly or belatedly. This is a reflection of the patience and trust in divine timing that characterizes a life lived according to the Lord's law. Just as the tree yields its fruit when the time is ripe, so does a person who abides in the Lord's law experience the fruition of their endeavors at the appropriate time. Then there's the aspect of remaining evergreen. This tree, rooted by the riverside, retains its vitality and freshness regardless of the seasons. Its leaves never wither. In the same way, a life steeped in the law of the Lord remains vibrant, resilient, and full of hope, irrespective of life's changing circumstances. Just like a tree by the riverside, a life rooted in the law of the Lord is evergreen and fruitful. What does the psalm say about the fate of evildoers? A question that leads us into the heart of the matter. The psalmist doesn't shy away from stark contrasts. After painting a vivid image of the righteous man, flourishing like a tree by the water, the psalmist turns our attention to the fate of evildoers. Verse 4 introduces this contrast. The evildoers are not like the tree, deeply rooted and flourishing. No, they are likened to chaff, the dust from the grain that the wind easily carries away. There is no stability, no deep roots, no enduring fruit. They are at the mercy of the wind, directionless and ultimately insignificant. This imagery underscores the instability and fleeting nature of a life not rooted in righteousness. The psalmist makes it clear that the path of evildoers is markedly different from that of the righteous. Verses 5 and 6 further accentuate this contrast. There is a sobering reality here. There will be no mercy for sinners when they are judged. The psalmist is unequivocal. The evildoers, those who choose to walk a path contrary to the law of the Lord, will find no place among the upright. There is a judgment, and in that judgment a separation. And why is this so? The psalmist provides the answer, because the Lord sees the way of the upright. The Lord's gaze is upon those who choose to walk in his ways. He sees, he knows, and ultimately he will vindicate the righteous. But the end of the sinner, the psalmist warns, is destruction, a grim fate, but one that is a natural outcome of a life lived in disregard of the Lord's law. The psalmist paints a clear picture: the path of righteousness leads to prosperity, while the path of sin leads to destruction.